2023? Yes, the new year is upon us. That is correct. And we are live on both Twitch and YouTube. As always, let's get the party started here. Over 50 challenges right now. We're going to accept randomly, as usual. Eugene Made, you're the first opponent for me this year. Good luck. Possibly I'm the first opponent for you as well. Yes, have fun. Let's do this. Hope you all had a great New Year's and that you're excited to get rocking and rolling here in 2023. Greetings, Lopare, one of our mods on Twitch. I feel like I should keep this light square bishop, maybe. Let's play a4. a4 is always a pretty reasonable move in these positions. I'll go knight f3. Castle. Rook e1. Probably work my way up to e4. e4, e5 is an aspirational goal. Hello to Leon, also Simple History on YouTube. Greetings, Ahmet, Romitalia, Long TM. Okay. I'm going to go h3 here. Useful move. Stops anything from coming to g4. And I honestly might preserve this light square bishop. This is kind of an unusual idea in the Benko, but let's go ahead and play bishop f1, because my contention is that this bishop on d7 is actually kind of poorly placed. So I want to shove e4, e5. All right. Awesome to see everyone in the Lichess chat, or in the Twitch chat on Lichess. That doesn't make any sense. In the Twitch chat, just in general. What's up, Imha? Also, Soasa. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you, Royalty. Hello, North Carolina, Dan. All right. I had a pretty tame New Year's. Small gathering with some friends. We did make it till midnight, but not much after that. I went home pretty shortly after the ball dropped. Okay, bishop pops back out to f5. So I have some definite pressure here and here. There's a fork being threatened on c2 that I should probably attend to. So let's go here. Hey, likewise, Kevin. Good to see you as well. I'm rocking my Lichess hoodie from the 2018 London meetup. Can you guys see this? Limited edition. You had to be there. For real. That was during the World Championship. Carlson Caruana. Let's go g4. I want to see where this bishop goes. Okay, and now that the bishop goes here, I can take and then take here. Is the thing. Okay, let's take this first, and then I'm probably going to take here. But let's see which way black recaptures. Takes that way. Okay, so black's going to take on d5, I assume. I think that's fine. I'm still going to be up 2 pawns. Takes it that way. So I have an option to simplify the position completely, which I may take. I may take black up on that. Let's do it. And then bishop b5. Try to immediately kill off the bishop pair. I like the look of this. Question is, if black takes, do I take with the knight or the pawn? John likes his queen trades. I do indeed. Yeah. I can't deny that. I'm a big fan of the queen trade. Oh, yeah. Check out the Lichess swag store. Just linked in the chat. That should lose something. I feel like this pin is almost fatal. Take back this way. And I think after takes, black will have to play something like rook d7. Okay, goes there, but now we can capture here. And the rook is overloaded. Oh, you're Cormac McCarthy. Okay. Yeah, hope you get a game in, Kevin. All right, thank you, Eugene, for the game. I wonder if you're from Eugene, Oregon. I think delaying the trade of the light square bishops was probably not in your favor. That's my gut instinct. I think at some point you probably should have taken on b5 because this is a Benoni type structure, even though it's a Benko Gambit. You want the maneuverability that having your bishop elsewhere affords. So knight d7 would be a natural move otherwise, unleashing the bishop. And you can't go to g4, so I really question what this knight's doing. Maybe it's still somewhat playable for you. I'm not sure I played like this part of the game. Yeah, the engine doesn't really buy the g4 move. But you got to go back to c8 to keep d6 under control. Okay, thanks for the game. Much appreciated. Let's keep rolling here in this 2-hour stream. Just to recap the rules for Lichess plays, there's not many. Mostly it's just that if you're going to challenge, which anyone is free to do, and there's no priority given to when you challenge or what kind of account you have or whatever, whether you're a patron or not, no. Everyone has an equal chance of being selected. But challenge to 3+0 has to be standard chess. It can be casual or rated, just has to be 3+0 standard chess. That's the only thing. And otherwise, just have fun and be respectful. You guys almost always are, so we have very few issues during Lichess plays. Okay, I'm playing the Khan Sicilian. Let's go for bishop c5. I sometimes just play it with d6 and bishop e7, but this move can be useful. You can try to poke and prod. Should I get enterprising here? h5, maybe hint at some knight g4 stuff. I think White's played pretty reasonably so far. Two Bits says, somehow after playing John a couple times, I don't quite want to try again. You should, though. You should. Don't let that deter you. 2602, John, not adhering to your rating philosophy. I know, yeah. Someone's got to knock me down into the high 2500s. I would feel more comfortable with that. Take me down a peg, please. Who's going to be the first to defeat me in the new year? Okay, so I can take this bishop either way. White is covering h2 now. I think taking with either piece is fine. I'm kind of leaning towards taking with the bishop, actually. Let's do that. I want to keep this aggressive knight here. But I'm thinking maybe knight c6, knight e5. Now, even if white kicks me, maybe just knight here. We're kind of chilling. These pawns are always going to be weak. Oh, you got to draw against Sabina one time. Okay, yeah, shout out to Sabina. Ooh, but that move allows the queen takes h2. And I think black is going to be checkmating here in a second. Yeah, white's poor king. Too crowded around the king. Okay, thanks for the game, M79. This is a fishing pole style idea, h5. I think you should play h3 or g3, h3 or f3 here to cover the g4 square. So do be aware of this idea. If you guys have watched Chess Network's videos, shout out to Chess Network, one of the OG content creators online, you will know of his affinity for the fishing pole attack. So that's what we were getting into here. Twitch title says 3+0 or 1+0. Oh, does it really? So it does. I wonder if that's maybe Sabina had that title up and they just copy and pasted it over to my title. I did not make that title, so I can take no responsibility. Looks like Lopare just fixed it, though. I wouldn't mind taking bullet challenges, to be honest. But that's new to me. Wow, the engine really hates Rook E1. Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense. I think this position, even if there's nothing imminently disastrous about it, although it does want me to take with the knight, is pretty tough for white to play just with these pawns. But yeah, can't take your eye off h2. Always got to look at those diagonal moves. Okay, thanks for the game, M79. Let's keep rolling here. Romitalia, good luck to you. Hello, Bakus. Another one of our mods. Sabina was taking 1+0 in preparation for her match. Who is she playing? Romitalia, are you there? You are. Okay, cool. Let's play g6 against knight f3. Knight f3, very flexible move. I'm also a fan. Okay, I'm not opposed to a king's Indian if we want to transpose into that. She played against Gari. Gari's tough. Gari is very strong. Counts castle. I feel like white's going to go queen d2. Okay, this. Now, one thing when white has played bishop g5 in the king's Indian, you don't want to play the normal e5 move in a lot of cases because of take, queen takes d8 followed by knight d5. That would be trouble for the knight here. So I'm going to play for c5 instead. I've learned that this is often the way to go, c5. Okay, let's play h6 here. I might try to hunt down the dark square bishop, but let's see what Romitalia does with it. Any Khan Sicilian books you recommend? I learned to play the Khan from a book by Grandmaster Johan Helston. He's a Swedish Grandmaster. I think the book is literally called Play the Sicilian Khan. It's a little dated now. It's probably more than 10 years old at this point, but it's probably still pretty useful. I think there's some pretty good chessable courses on the Khan as well. So you can definitely take a look into those. There's at least 3 courses on the Khan on Chessable, all of which are pretty good from what I've seen. Okay, let's go here. I'm a big fan of the Khan, though. It served me well. I think it's one of those openings that, even though it doesn't quite have the theoretical repute that like the Najdorf, the Sveshnikov, those type of lines has, for anyone but a very strong grandmaster, it's completely playable and probably just as good, if not better, than those in a practical sense, because people don't prepare for them. So I think there's some significant practical advantages to playing the Khan versus certain other lines of the Sicilian. Although it's really hard to go wrong with the main line of the Sicilian. They're all playable. Oh yeah, yep. Keldia, those are good. I think there's one also called like the Energetic Sicilian Khan. It's by a club player. That's also quite good, actually. The author's maybe 18 or 1900. I had a look at the material. It's also really good. Let's go here. Romitalia is playing pretty well. They have the bishop pair. I think I'm getting in some typical shots here, like b5. Getting in b5 is generally kind of a victory for black. But we still have everything to play for here. Hello, Crazy Penguin on YouTube, by the way. What do I think about Larsson's attack? So you mean b3 on move 1? I personally have never done that well with it, but I do notice a lot of the top players like to experiment with it from time to time. There was actually a bit of a funny moment in the World Blitz and Rapid. I think one of the players, it was probably like, I think it was Anish Giri, played like a semi-prank on Magnus where before Magnus came to his board and Magnus had the white pieces, Giri like put Magnus's pawn on b4. And Magnus kind of sees the move. He comes up to the board, shakes his opponent's hand, smirks a little bit. And then in making his first move, he actually takes the pawn back from b4, places it on b3, plays the Larsson, and then hits his clock. So he's like, yeah, I'll just play the Nimzo Larsson. Okay, this is defended. Maybe queen here. What about this knight, though? This looks a little bit shaky. Rook e7's another idea. Yeah, let's just go rook e7. Just being a bit cautious with this knight loose on e4. Any New Year's resolutions? I would like to create more content in 2023. Yeah, I would really like to do that. I don't have a specific timetable or anything, but I would like to get back to posting on YouTube more. Maybe tackle another project or two related to content. We shall see. How about you guys? Any resolutions? Any tips on the Dutch defense as simple history? The Dutch. Are you asking from White's perspective or Black's perspective? Let's go ahead and take this pawn because I think that pawn has been hanging for a while. I would like to beat John in 2023. All right, well, bring it. Bring it on. You have a chance today. Get NM title this year, ideally. Ah, excellent. Good luck. All right. Feel like I should win this night somehow. Not quite seeing it, though. Let's just push this pawn. This should be decisive. Oh, got your bishop. Any tips for online dating? Nice one, Do the Crane. This is an online chess site, not an online dating site. Yes, thank you for the game. I think you played pretty well, especially given your rating, Romitalia. I'm going to bet if I look at your profile, you have a higher rapid and classical rating than you do blitz rating. Oh, substantially so. Yeah, you're a good player. You probably just don't play much blitz. Because I can tell, like, you got a good foundation. You were doing all the right stuff here. Guarding the b5 square. Maybe here, when I played rook b8, I would probably go a5 if I were you. So when I push b5, you can take en passant. Yeah. Otherwise, I think in the middle game, opening middle game, you played reasonably. Okay, thanks for the game. Good one. All right, Black Dragon, good luck to you. Any plans with Chessable? Nothing concrete, although I wouldn't be surprised if I do a course or two for Chessable in 2023. Nothing absolutely concrete at the moment. Okay, let's play a Semi-Slav. John, can you try playing more unorthodox or not so well-known openings? I can try. I can try to mix them in selectively. Although I got to admit, I tend to stick to my usual stuff. Okay, now this move, this is a move you're going to encounter a lot, like this type of move. Let's see if undermining the pawns works out. So key thing, if White's defending with b4 against b6, look at the move a5. And if they can't play a3 to keep the chain going, that's a cause for concern for White because a3 I just take, and that rook is undefended. Interestingly, whether White can push c5 in the first place often comes down to whether this rook is defended or not because of this chain of moves. So White has to come up with something good here. You could look at the move b5. That's definitely a possibility. I don't know that that's going to turn out well for White, but it's interesting. We'll see what White does. Yeah, I think b5 was probably worth a punt because if I were to take there, they could play c6, but I would have taken on c5 instead. So now we're going to take here, though. And things start to collapse for White in the center. Ben Feingold says you are a GM now. Is that true? I wish that were true, but it is not true. I am still an IM. I'm still an international master. That's kind of Ben to say that, though. Temezgins asks, hi, John, do you think blindfold chess is good training for tactical vision? I think it can be, although if you're solving tactics the right way, that's also very good training. As in, you're treating it like a game decision where if you're working through a puzzle, you're trying to calculate everything in advance in your head before you make the first move. Blindfold is quite difficult. If you're, let's say, below 1800, I wouldn't really spend much time on blindfold chess. I think it's very challenging and of debatable value to your actual games. Okay, let's go. I have an impressive pawn chain here. Let's go bishop d7. Oh, yeah, this is 5 minute. I didn't notice that either. Good call. LTR Scandi. Lifetime Repertoire Scandi is something I'd like to do still at some point, yes. But no concrete plans. Am I still able to do a cartwheel? Can always count on Dothcrane to come in with the hard-hitting questions. Let's give it a check. Happy New Year, Manil, by the way. Kildea, I'm just looking back at some of the questions from earlier. Kildea asked if I do one-on-one lessons. Yes, I do. Feel free to message me on Lichess. Let's castle here. Would the lifetime repertoire Scandi be Queen A5? Probably. Oh, that was under attack. I didn't notice that. I'm answering too many questions. Okay, I'm still up a pawn, though. Assuming white takes here. Forgot about the old backward knight move. Those are defended, right? So I can go here. Am I still involved with them? Who are you referring to, Tafaska? Chessable, probably. Let's go F5. Or do I want to play here? Actually, let's go here. I don't think bishop takes H7 is anything, so. Happy New Year, Seamus O'Brien. Seamus? Can I play the Vienna opening? Honestly, the Vienna is an opening that I kind of forget about. I've never been a fan of it from the white side. But you are starting to see it more and more often in recent years. I think because of Levy's influence. Let's just play H6. Just going to rule out knight G5. I could perhaps work in Vienna, though. We'll go here. Queen trade proposition. Yeah, Tafaska, definitely still associated with Chessable. It will always hold a near and dear spot in my heart, being a co-founder and being there from the beginning. I don't have any like equity or any stake in Chessable anymore. But I'm still a content creator, still want the site to succeed. Still have courses on there. Still check it every day. Answer questions. Answered one this morning, bright and early. Okay, now white has to watch the back rank here. Take. Now rook F1 would be a really natural move, but it gets mated. Okay, and now how can I put the finishing touches on this? Let's, I want my light square bishop to give a check. Just thinking where I want to drive the enemy king. Let's actually just go here. My rooks are just chilling on the second rank. Maybe I can play bishop A6. Piggy's on the 7th, that's right. Rook's on the 7th rank. And now against that one, I see I can pick up the knight like this. I'm also looking for checkmate. Yeah, I can also do this one too. Not quite seeing checkmate, so let's just play... Let's just go for this and then take. All right, thank you, Black Dragon, for the game. Just remember to challenge 3-0 in the future. Let's check b5 here. I'm kind of curious if b5 is at all decent for white. It is the top move. Wow, that's interesting. Bishop b7 is the best move here, keeping the tension. I don't think I would have played that. I would have played this move probably. But that's actually substantially better for white. I'll try to remember that because this is a mainline position in the Semi-Slav. This is the Moran variation. And c5 I don't think is a good move, but if this logical series of moves runs into this decision for black, I could see a lot of people messing this up for black by taking here or here. But bishop e7, letting things develop, is evidently the best way to go. Overall, though, I would not recommend this early c5 move, Black Dragon, because you're a little overextended. The pawns are a little too far forward. Again, litmus test being, can you play a3 to keep this structure together? And you correctly realized here that you can't because of this pin. Pawn cube, that's right. Yeah, the pawn cube here. All right, thanks for the game. Did I stay up for the ball drop? I did, yeah. I did. Okay, Ragnar Rook. Hey, good to see you. Good luck. Let's see what Ragnar does. Dutch. Okay, those of you asking about the Dutch, here you go. Let's play e4. Hey, John, are you a sports fan? Yes, I am. I usually follow the NBA, so basketball is kind of my sport. I haven't followed it as much in recent years, but I browse the NBA forum on Reddit and just generally try to stay up to date with the big picture, standings and major moves and stuff. Ooh, Ragnar loses the rook. True to their username. Unfortunately for Ragnar. I think that H-pawn move forward, it's aggressive. It makes sense when black has pushed G6, so that's one reason it appeals to me. Black really has to know how to neutralize it. Harachia says, hey, John, I am watching you play chess from 2015. Why you now post so rarely on your YouTube channel? I thought when you first sent that message like you were a time traveler and you're actually like posting from 2015, which would have been impressive. I mean, look, the thing is with YouTube, it's very hard to consistently make content like year after year after year. And I have something like 1,600 videos on YouTube. Like I have a crazy amount of videos on there. But people really only evaluate you based on what you've done recently. So yeah, it looks like I've been inactive. But if you take it on an annualized basis, like starting from way back when I began posting in 2014, 2015, it's still a huge amount of output. All that said, yeah, I haven't been as active in recent years, but I kind of view YouTube as a long-term project. Like, don't be surprised if I start posting on YouTube much more regularly at some point. But it's really tough to keep the quality and consistency, especially, of posting like year after year, unless YouTube is your job. But even then, it's very difficult. And for me, YouTube has always been like a side project. Thank you, Jose. Let's take here. And assuming this capture, I'll check here. That's probably why Levy is so successful. Yeah, I mean, he's great for a number of reasons, but I think he made a decision fairly early to do content full-time, which if you're going to do it right, I think you kind of have to. Because, I mean, if you want to be at the top of your game when it comes to specifically YouTube, but also Twitch, I'd say, it has to be a full-time grind for you. Okay, I think I'm finally threatening checkmate here, knight f7. Thank you, Kai. You still reply to comments on videos that old? Yeah, I do. I do. He's asking about videos 7 years ago. I do indeed reply. All right, thank you for the game, Ragnar. So you could play, in response to knight c3, the move knight f6. I do think that's a little bit safer if you want to try to rule out e4 for now. As played, I don't quite trust g6. I think that's a dubious move. Let's see if the engine agrees. Wow, yeah, engine really hates that move. I would take personally, like take and then, yeah, knight f6 or bishop e7 or something. Wants me to take here. Since you can't take back this way, check is pretty vicious. Yeah, this looks excellent too, like bishop c4 or something. But even h4, that's the thing about this structure. Like, it is kind of susceptible to an h-pawn advance, especially if black's underdeveloped. So I kind of caught you with something pretty difficult to meet out of the gate, but I would recommend you play knight f6 here in the future, Ragnar. Thanks for the game. Cheers. Okay, Bumbars, 2156. Let's do this. Let's play e4. Are you tempted to do it full time? Occasionally, yeah, I've thought about it. Full-time content creation. But it's a big decision because, again, like if you want to really lean into YouTube and the algorithm, you have to make certain decisions with your content, like in terms of the titles, the thumbnails, and like basically push content that gets as many views as possible, which I don't know that I'm like totally comfortable with that. Okay, this game, I think we're going to have to abort. Bumbars, you can always re-challenge. I know it's the game, but I also want to make content that I'm really like happy about, and I'll look back on maybe decades from now and still be like, yeah, I'm glad I did it that way. But every creator like has to make that decision, and YouTube encourages creators to make content that's yeah, a little clickbaity, to say the least, because of the algorithm and people's viewing habits. Okay, let's take here. Good luck, Riley Scott. This is our third game together. Do you think Chess 2 will come out? We can only wait and see. Okay, let's put my opponent to the test. Knight d2. Innocuous knight retreat. Open up the attack here. Okay, now knight f6 would be a blunder because of e4, e5. And I might play e4 here. I also might just go knight c4. Let's play knight c4. Attack the bishop. Hello, Sobels. It says, and then YouTube could just change the algorithm and leave you flailing. Yeah, again, I think if you're gonna do YouTube full time, you really have to think critically about the algorithm and how to like maximize your place in it, really. Because yes, it's a black box. And I believe the parameters for it change just constantly based, again, on people's viewing habits. But the nice thing about content creation, there's a lot of happy mediums. Like you can make content and put stuff out there for a variety of reasons. And it may not really be at all related to views per se. Like views are nice, but it's not the only thing when it comes to content. Let's go rookie one. Do I play checkers? Only occasionally with friends or something. I feel like checkers could be good for calculation practice. What do you guys think? Shout out to Riley Scott for being a Lichess patron, by the way. Has the wings next to their name. You love to see it. I don't think I'm playing this game that convincingly. Still better, for sure, up a pawn. But I feel like I probably could have got more out of this. Thank you, Hiracha. Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you very much for your kind well wishes for the new year. Did I ever go to Times Square on New Year's? Absolutely not. Nope. That sounds like a mess. So I could take here and we get this trade. That might be the best that I have, so I think I'll do it. And then we'll go f3. Try to keep this bishop out of the game. Sounds like you guys are saying I missed a trap of the rook. Let's see. Ah, bishop b7 here. Yeah, that would have been good. Would have been strong. Now you'll just have to watch me try to win a technical endgame. How about that? I saw a video on YouTube of Ivanchuk playing checkers right before receiving a world title in chess. Epic clip. Yeah, that was from several years ago. Isn't he playing like Grishuk or someone like that? I remember that clip as well. Okay, this one I should not miss. Have I ever berserked in an OTB game like Magnus did recently? Not that I remember. At least not on purpose. I've definitely showed up late before to some games, but not egregiously so. By the way, those of you asking about checkers, there's a Lichess site for checkers. I think they basically use the same source code as Lichess, but it's like Lee Drafts or something. LeeDrafts.org, maybe. Yep. Thank you for the game. Appreciate it, Riley Scott. GG. So when I played the knight back to d2, I think you just missed that the bishop was being unleashed. Probably had to play like knight c6 or maybe pawn c6. You're a little bit worse here because of the 2 versus the 1 in the center, but still very much a game. I think later on you had some reasonable play. Like maybe we're close to defending here. So not bad. Okay, thanks for the game. Srlaya. Let's play in English in this one. Yeah, Lee Drafts. I don't know about you guys, but when you learn checkers for the first time, did you actually learn that if a capture is possible, you have to play it? Because I think I went many years not knowing that that was actually a rule. You know, kind of how in chess there's misconceptions about rules as well. Like I think probably for the first 6 months at least of me knowing chess, like I didn't know about en passant or castling. I can't even say I knew about promotion. Actually, I definitely didn't know about castling because for a while, even after I learned that castling was the thing, I thought like the queen could also castle on her side of the board. Like you could play like as white queen d1 to b1 and then send your other rook over to c1. So I think many of you probably had so many misconceptions as well about rules like that. GeoGhost, first time chatter, says, I had no idea that capturing was force. Right. What's up, Bowler? Happy New Year to you as well. Sobol says, I think the biggest misconception I've seen about chess is that you have to announce checks. Oh, yeah, that's a funny one as well. Which, if you ever play a tournament, you guys, sometimes people will get upset with you if you were to announce check. Like, that's considered a big no-no. Like, don't announce check if you're playing over the board. It's your opponent's obligation to know when they're in check, and it's kind of viewed as insulting. Like, come on, you don't think I'm good enough to know that I'm in check here? Okay, I'm not sure I'm thrilled about this position. Maybe queen b6 was worth a try there. think bishop d7. Now I like this position more. It should be a little bit better. Iconic on YouTube says, yes, when I was a beginner, I didn't know how to castle. Castling seems to be a big one that people just aren't aware of for quite a while. Isn't draft solved by now? Yes, it is. Yeah, I think checkers got solved like way back in the 90s. I want to say like early 90s. I'll let you predict what the result of a perfectly played checkers game is. Am I going to participate in chess boxing? Well, I haven't received any offers whatsoever to chess box, but I probably would not. I don't think I would. All right. Let's jump in here now. Tempted to go to c7 with the rook too, but I want to get my knight up here first. Yeah, I think safe bet that black's going to try to play rook c8 and just trade down here. No, plays knight here. Okay. Let's do this move. Connect 4 is also solved. Interesting. Yeah, I could totally see that. Okay, I'm looking for a tactical shot here. Not really seeing one. Let's just take. A4. A4, knight there, knight there. Yeah, let's go A4. I'm thinking knight D6, knight C6. Still not apparent that I'm substantially better here. Maybe I should even hold that in reserve. Let's play H4. Just gain a little space. I think he wants knight in here, which makes sense. But now the dark squares around black's king look a little vulnerable. Probably most importantly, though, I'm up on the clock. Pull this back. Yeah, the clock is going to decide this one, which is a bit too bad because the game is still interesting. Still everything to play for here. Try to go on the attack on the dark squares. I just want to get this and this in, quite simply. King's in a little cocoon here. Yeah. Time decides. Is black losing in this final position? Looks tough because black's king is pretty weak, but I do need to attend to e2 perhaps first, like bishop f1 or something. Nah, computer says equal. Just completely equal. All right, good game. Good game, Srlaya. I don't know that there was ever much deviation from equality in this one. I don't see any major swings in the eval. I think it was just a pretty well-played game, or at least like an even game. Inaccuracies from both sides, but pretty even. Yep, see, chess is also just a draw. Back it up, everyone. What was the ACPL? It was 20 average centipawn loss for me and 19 for my opponent. Can't see my opponents because my webcam's blocking it. But yeah, so very even. If you judge by ACPL, my opponent won. Thanks for the game. All right, ChessBookWorm, 1953. Ooh, yeah. My little recon here tells me I need to be careful. This is a good player. Let's play this line. This is a Gambit continuation. Okay, my opponent doesn't take me up on it, though. Take queen b3 was critical there. Good evening, Ali. Thank you for tuning in from Wales. Happy New Year, Kathleen. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, this move, can I go here? This. Okay, let's try to wamboozle my opponent. Bishop d2 would be very natural, but it'd be a blunder. Now, what if I take here? Riddle me that. If I take you there, how will you defend? Now, if you take here, I'll take here. And this is pinned. Where in Wales? You should hop on YouTube and ask. Ask Ali. You guys are on different platforms. Okay, now I can take here, and I should win a piece. Oh, wait a second, though. This unpins the knight. Hold on. I could take here. Maybe that's the best move. There's also like knight e4 ideas. Yeah, let's take here. Let's still keep the pin. Okay. I think finally I should be able to win a piece if there's no more tricks. Queen takes b2 incoming. My queen went on a mission behind enemy lines, but it seems to be paying off. I heard Wrench was talking smack on you, John. You should chess box him. Seems like Danny is interested in chess boxing. Based on, I think he cut some promos where he was like working out with a chess boxer. Let's take here. Further pressure. We might win something again. And that is a queen, right? There's a check here, but I think that's relatively harmless. We're also on this. If you could read only one chess book as a beginner and use it to get to 1500, what book would it be? Thank you, ChessBookWorm, for the game. Yeah, I think you have to be extremely careful after Queen A5. It's probably fine for you. No, it's not, actually. Ooh, did we just refute this system? Yeah, Bishop B4 looks to be a good move here. The eval's already heavily in Black's favor at this point. Interesting. I'll have to remember that, because this looks like a plausible series of moves. But it looks like I kind of refuted it on site. Nice. Let's see what the ACP alpha is for this one. Ooh, I had a 10 average centi-pawn loss. 97% accuracy. Nice. Yeah, it's tough. When you get caught with a line that you're just a little unfamiliar with, I can definitely sympathize there, ChessBookWorm. Thanks for the game. As far as the one book, yeah, I don't know that I like that question because there's not a book I would say that can take you to 1500. But if I had to choose one that I could learn a lot from, it would honestly probably be some sort of like big puzzle book, like the Polgar book, like 5,334 problems and combinations. Maybe something that also has some discussion of chess strategy and major themes. Not even strategy, just like major themes up to a certain rating level. But there's so much there that you'd have to absorb. There's not really a book that's going to do that. Happy New Year to my opponent. Thanks for the game. Let's rock and roll. Stream still good? Some people are saying it was stuttering or that the audio was messed up. I haven't seen any issues on my end, but let me know. John, where can I get that hoodie from? Yeah, this is limited edition. They should run this theme again, though. This design, because I don't think it's in the Lichess swag store, but I was showing it earlier. I can stand up. London 2018. I think it says something on the back, too, about the Caruana-Carlsen match. But I went to a Lichess meetup in a bar, actually, in London. They were running a Blitz tournament, and the organizers hooked me up. Yeah, 2018. So long ago. Crazy. That match feels like it was yesterday. I know, man. It doesn't seem that long ago, but it is wild how long it actually was ago. All right, so we're just probing on these two squares. Mehdi has to be extremely careful here, but they're getting low on time already. Yeah, 2 BC, 2 before COVID, 2018. This is a tough spot already. I actually think one of the better moves here for black might be bishop c8, just to try to stay tight, keep these defended. b6 tends to get hit with like an e4 move coming up and bishop b5 because you can't play knight c6 anymore. That move, let's play knight e5. Need a flannel hoodie? I would totally wear that. Flannel hoodie would be awesome. I agree. Who do I think will win the World Chess Championship, Nepo or Ding? Oh, so tough to say. Have they even nailed down a date and a venue for it yet? Seems like it's probably going to be like April, May, June, something like that. Maybe even push back further. Yeah, Maddie's going to lose on time here. All right, Maddie. Yeah, you might have been a little over your head here, which is okay. Thanks for the game. Hopefully you weren't distracted or something at the beginning because you were using a lot of time. But I know it's nerve-wracking to play on stream, so thank you very much. Keep that bishop back, though. If you move that light square bishop out early in the d4, d5 openings, like this is not a terrible move here, but you do have to be pretty cognizant of queen b3 and the pressure that can easily come about on those squares. So thanks for the game. Okay, Cowboy from Hell. Good luck to you. Ooh, Englund Gambit. All right, let's see if we can try to refute this. All right, I faced this recently. I think the engine actually likes bishop g5 here. There is a player on Lichess who's pretty strong who plays this from the black side. He's like a CM, like 2700 bullet or something. So I have some familiarity with this line because I had to figure out how to play it because he was beating me in it. Let's go here. Okay, now I'm going to take. We're going to capture at this point. Mess up their pawns. Castles here can walk into this. Yoink. Yeah, really hard to say about the Ding Nepo match. I mean, I feel like it's so far away. It's just hard to know. Those guys are pretty evenly matched, it seems to me. It's so hard to know what their form is going to be like in another 4, 5, 6 months. Lots of mating ideas here, forking ideas. Bishop a6 maybe coming into the picture. Amon's opening. Yeah, Amon does like the Englund Gambit from time to time. That is true. Okay, and now I can win the queen. Knight b6. Let's do it. Probably no reason to do anything else. All right, my opponent resigned. Yeah, so most people play the Englund Gambit with knight c6 and then queen e7, whereupon, bishop f4 is the best move, but you got to know how to deal with this, and then making sure you play like this and not blundering along the way. You can also play, there's some simple stuff, like you can play knight c3 here, I think is a pretty good move. Take, bishop f4. This is a simple line that gives white a good position. But d6 is interesting. Black is trying to convince white to take so they can take with the bishop and often castle queenside. Based on how black played this, I think that is something they're probably familiar with. Probably here I would go g5 if I were playing black. Yeah, indeed. That's the best thing to do. g5, kick the bishop. Because queen d7 allowed me to take and kind of fracture the structure. Interesting doesn't like that, though. Prefers I go here. So maybe some play for black if they go bishop g7, looking at f5. Black does have the bishops. Okay, thanks for the game, Cowboy. jlkamal, good luck to you. 1243, let's do it. Let's play a French defense. I don't know why. Good luck to you as well. Amon sacks his queen for a couple of pieces and outplays with great coordination. Yeah, he does like that line in the England. Why am I ignoring your comments? Hard to keep track of both chats. You were asking, what is the toughest player I've faced? I've actually played Ding before. I think at the time that I played him, well, I did play Magnus once in a titled arena. Lichess titled arena number 2, I believe, in Bullet. So he's like definitely the strongest player I've ever played. But in like a serious game, I played Ding in the Pro Chess League back in like 2018, I want to say. That was a cool experience. I've also played Wesley So twice in Classical because he lives in my state. I live in his state as well. Neither of us own the state. So I have played him because he used to play tournaments locally a little bit, which is really cool. He was already like super strong. But like 8-9 years ago, he would occasionally play like some local events just to kind of support the community. So I played him twice. Let's go here. Okay, I like this setup with the knight here, bishop here. I think when you put the pawn on e6 and there's this logjam on e7, this is the right way to play it. All right, big test for white. Where are you going to put this knight? This is not a pleasant decision because, yeah, that drops the knight there. But the alternative wasn't great, like knight b1 allowing queen takes b2. So I think that position was already looking lost. It was not fun. I played Andrew Tang at the Iowa Open back when he was like a 2100, says North Carolina Dan. He still crushed me. Yeah, Andrew. Andrew's been good for quite a while. No doubt. Okay, so I could pick up the rook. Should I go for this one? That's a bit of a cheap shot trying to open the file. White could just go king h1, so I think taking here is definitely best. Let's just play c2. This pawn's hanging, but I like pushing the pawn. How can viewers play you? Good question. So you can send me a challenge. My username is Fins, F-I-N-S. Easiest way to do it, I would say, is actually go to your profile, like click your profile name. I think my opponent offered me a draw. And in the URL, replace your username with mine. That will take you to my profile. So F-I-N-S, replace your username in the URL with mine. And then there'll be a little sword thing that you can challenge someone. Thank you for the game, by the way, jlkamal. So yeah, f6 I don't think is like the best line against the French. I feel like black's really comfortable in these setups. Kind of hard to find a plan for white, to be honest. Like I think probably you should play something like c3 here to control d4. But this always strikes me as a logjam. Like maybe you go a4, knight a3, constantly have to be vigilant about knight e3. But yeah, as played, I think one somewhat innocuous looking decision, knight takes d4, and you're already in big trouble. This is already substantially better for black, but let's see what the eval does after this one. Yeah, look at that. One trade, and suddenly this knight doesn't have a good square to go to because, as we saw, that was covered. And this allows this, which is arguably worse. Isn't the easiest to click the link in the challenge command? Yeah, which I think we have on YouTube as well. So you can... oh, we do have a command on YouTube. Okay, !! challenge. You can click that link as well. Robert says, or just click the search button top right and enter fins. Yes, you can do that too. Good point. You guys just described 2 easier methods than I described. All right, thanks for the game, jlkamal. Dezura Christopher, good luck to you. We played twice. I don't remember either of those games. Apparently, I've had white in those. Let's go knight f3. That's a very odd question, Dr. Ossip. No. Okay, early capture. This is the pure Slav. I'm going to play in Gambit style. I'm going to go e4, giving black an option to play b5. And now we'll go e5. So this is some theoretical stuff. Let's go... Let's go knight g5. So this is often played. You can put some pressure on f7, maybe hint at e6, queen h5 as well. Oftentimes they play a4 early on in this line too. So we'll see what black plays here. Oh yeah, that's one of my New Year's resolutions, hiflyerz, to watch the video that you linked. John, there are children watching. Don't move the same piece twice. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. I'm forgetting basic principles here. How dare I? All right, let's play a4 now. Did you end up trying the voice call function on Lichess? Oh, this one? No, I have not dared to click that. I've never tried it. Hey, Laffy's Domain. Happy New Year to you as well. What if I were to click that right now? Would it attempt to call my opponent? Not only have I never clicked it, I've never seen like a notification that someone is trying to voice call me on Lichess. Have you guys? Do it? Of course you guys want me to now. Yeah, this is a Geller Gambit, confirmed. Dangerous line. I hate facing this line in Blitz from the black side, which is a good way to find lines you can play with the other color, is just think like what's unpleasant for you to face with the other color. You can't do phone a friend until you do ask an audience first. I think only a small percentage of the audience is going to get that joke. Maybe not. I think there's some slightly older viewers here. To anyone born like 1995 or later, they'll have no idea what you're talking about with that. Thank you, Nerfman, for subbing to the Lichess channel with Prime. Appreciate it. Thanks, Nerf. Okay, I can take this pawn now, so I have my pawn back. And I like my position here. Black has played a lot of pawn moves. They're kind of behind in development. Maybe bishop g5? Maybe. Let's do it. Can't be captured. And I'm thinking if bishop e7, then I can land the knight here. So this is starting to look pretty grim for white. I'm already looking at tactical ideas. Ooh, yeah, check. King f8. Now I can take here. Do I even want to take that, though? Might be better just to take here. I don't know. Yeah, let's take here. Maybe just castle or something. We'll take here. And then rook c1, assuming c takes. Takes that way. Interesting. Okay. Let's castle here now. So if this, I think I can take here. I did see that. So what's going on in this position? Will my knight get trapped? Maybe my knight actually gets trapped. Queen c7 might have been good there. Time is becoming a big factor. Okay, now I feel like my knight probably should get out. Still tricky, though. I'm like trapped behind enemy lines. Okay, it's finally working its way out. The long journey. Working its way back to civilization. Take this. This should get the job done. Counterattack. Aha. All right. Thank you for the game. Tricky one. Yeah, I think you were actually perhaps justified in playing knight takes e5. Let's take a peek. Yeah, look at that. Better for black after that move. I didn't really calculate much beyond this point. But had you gone... Okay, queen g5 is not bad. I thought queen c7 and the knight was truly trapped. Looks like here if you go queen d8, tough move to play queen d8. That knight is not making it out. And you are up a pawn here, so that's why it's better for you. I wonder if I missed some simplistic way to play this. Maybe this isn't that great of a move. And here, apparently, I should move my queen. That makes sense in view of knight takes e5. Yeah, this is the Geller Gambit. It's a tricky line where white doesn't make an attempt to win the pawn back. a4 is the main line, trying to stop black from going b5. So Geller Gambit, though, I think a pretty interesting line, especially if you're booked from the white side. Invites b5. Yeah, I often play knight g5 here immediately. The top players seem to like throwing in a4 first. But I have found that this like catches some people unaware. You can go h6, and then white pivots the knight back here. There's some games from this position. Okay, thanks for the game, Dezura. Tough one. Let's keep rolling here. We are in the second half of today's stream. We're still going for another over 50 minutes. Ninja Master, good luck to you. Let's play... Let's play Van Geet's opening. Knight c3. Oh, someone wanted me to play a Vienna too, so maybe if e5, I will do this. If my opponent's there. Total blank slate here. Never played a game. At least a rated game. All right, we're going to have to abort. You can always re-challenge. Well, we have a lot of challenges. Josen, good luck to you. All right, let's play Pirc in this one. And play e5. Offering a queen trade. As you guys know, I like my queen trades. You guys are infatuated by the call button. The voice chat. Can't blame you. It's tempting. It is tempting. So this line looks weird. You might think, why would black want to give up their right to castle? But watch the pawn play in the middle game. That's one thing I've noticed about this variation. The pawn play in the middle game can definitely favor black a lot of times. Because the c-pawn, for instance, for white is kind of blocked. And that's not something you want to underestimate. Let's play bishop d6. This guards this and this. And now here I might go knight g4. I think this would actually be a pretty decent move. Put pressure here and here. Actually, I don't know. We'll see what white does. I do actually want to press it. Okay, I think knight g5 might have been more challenging there. Knight g5 would have been annoying, at least. So, therefore, I'm thinking about playing h6. Or, bishop e6, maybe? Knight c6. b5. All sorts of moves. Let's play b5. No, I also have to be aware of this move. This is coming back to me. This is the thing you got to watch out for because of the deflection. Let's actually just take this right away. I just want to simplify this. And then I will go h6. Also not an opening you want to show beginners because I moved my king already in the opening. I played both my rook pawns forward. It's only move 11. You used to call me on my cell phone. All right. So now I think knight c4 is my opponent's idea. Let's go here. No pieces developed either. Hey, I've got one piece developed. Bishop on d6. You better recognize. The newest requests for games are at the bottom of the list, right? There is a list, but technically it shouldn't matter with the algorithm, with the random selection. Okay, again, knight b6. Like, I'm thinking how much I need to worry about that motif. Could play bishop e6 here. Bishop e6 might be decent. Bishop e6, knight b6. I still don't like my position, folks. Let's just go here. We'll develop. I got to start moving faster. This could be a potential upset if I'm not careful. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, by the way. How are our numbers? Solid viewership? Oh, yeah, look at that. 368 on Twitch. 270 on YouTube. Excellent. Once again, thanks everyone for tuning in. Happy New Year to all. Best wishes for the new year. Okay, let's go here. I'm starting to find my footing in this position. Took a while, but we're working our way out of this. Go rook d8. I just want to reinforce this, so if I go c6, the bishop is not loose. Hey, thank you, Lolly. Happy New Year to you as well. Oops, g6. Cover this square. This is another game where time is going to be the big factor. Unfortunately. Let's take this one. Okay, white could actually take here. So this is not completely clear, but again, I think time is going to be just the big factor. Okay. Thank you, Josin, for the game. I think not a very well played game on my part. Let's see if Josin had any major opportunities here. Apparently, bishop b4 is good. That makes sense because that does threaten this. Not sure why I didn't think to play that. Yeah, my position was looking a little squirrely, like around here. Knight g5. A move you constantly have to watch, because compared to a normal situation where the knight and the bishop are converging on f7, I can't castle here. That's the key thing. If I try to go to castle, it'll be zit, 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 won't let me castle. Well, may not have a sound effect, but you get the idea. And if I go here, this pawn is loose. So I think that was actually a pretty good chance for my opponent. And if I play f6, knight f7 is a fork here and here. This is attacked multiple times. So I think that was probably the best option for white in this game, or like the biggest single opportunity in this game. Even here, Engine's not fond of my position. But I think white hesitated for too long. Whoa, c5. Who saw c5? Be honest. Did anyone out there see this move at this exact moment on move 15? Deflection of the bishop on c7. I take it back. That was the biggest opportunity for my opponent, Josin. Menil said yes. All right, well, white didn't manage to find it. That could have been bad news for me otherwise. Now black is better. Now I'm getting coordinated. And even up to the very end, bishop takes a3. If white went knight takes e5, still wasn't completely clear. Thanks for the game, though. Tough one. Okay, PL. Is this someone from Poland? Yes. Good luck, PL. Let's play in England. I think if you're a d4 player, you got to know how to play against this opening. Yes, there are traps here. But in this day and age with internet chess, I think it is mandatory that you got to know how to play against this. So let's put our opponent to the test. Jay Hubie says, I definitely saw it. Honest. John, did you see Agad Mator's Impossible Made in One? I have not. But very likely I have seen the position before. If you describe it to me, I can tell you. I won't spoil it, but I can tell you if I don't know how you describe it to me without like showing me the position. John, do you have any openings where you can crush people but also destroy the opening from the other side? As in play it well for white and black? Definitely there's some openings that come to mind for that. But then again, I think most everyone has openings like that. Where if you play it, it often happens like you play a line frequently from the black side. And when you face it from the white side, you have a lot of ideas because you're familiar with it. Oh, yeah, good one, Sherlock. The Gingy Indian. Yeah, I love playing Gingy Indian for black, but I also know why it's dubious and how you can play against it from the white side. That's kind of like Eric Rosen with the Stafford Gambit. Like, he knows the Stafford in and out from the black side, obviously, but he also knows what lines are most challenging from the other side. Okay, PL's doing just fine here. They gave back the pawn, but this is completely fine for white. I think I'm a little bit better. My structure's a bit more compact. White has some pawn weaknesses, but nothing to write home about. If history is a guide, though, having said that, white is going to blunder. Because I'm really good at jinxing people. But maybe PL won't blunder. John, please accept Areshma's challenge. Thing is, I'm accepting challenges randomly, though, so I have no control over it. I just select random challenge. Okay. Let's go d4. I don't know that I should be allowing a6 per se, but that pawn doesn't look that dangerous yet. So we'll proceed with that assumption. Can you randomly accept my challenge, though? I'll take it under advisement. Yeah, so the fact that the A-pawn is 2 squares away from promotions, like, obviously something I have to watch. But I think white doesn't have enough support of it for it to be dangerous yet. Queen d3 would be a natural move, would get KO'd by bishop d3, though. That would be a funny queen trap. All right, let's go here now. This knight is kind of in jail, isn't it? This knight can't get out anywhere currently. Okay. Now, I can't go here. So that arguably is like a threat right now for white to promote and then trade for this. So I think I'm going to go here, which looks a little weird, but I want to guard d4 better. White's playing well. Yeah, I'd say very well for their rating. Some of you guys bring it on Lichess Plays. You don't make things easy for me, which I appreciate. Let's give a check now. Discovery. Okay, now do I take or push? Take or push? I think I'm going to push. Difficult spot for white. This is a monster pawn. My pawn, I think, is better than white's pawn on a7, as it's supported by the other pawn. And I'm attacking the promotion square. I almost don't even want to take there, you know? Let's just do this. Take this. All right. Thank you, PL, for the game. GG. Yeah, you played that well. Definitely. You know, I would try to be more ambitious against this opening in the future. This opening is so bad for black that it does deserve to be refuted. So knight f3, and I was showing some lines like this earlier. Bishop f4 is what you can play here. Just have to know how to deal with this. There's some traps there, but if you know to play bishop d2 and not queen d2, which runs into this, attacking the rook, and then if you go here, you lose to this move. Very famous stuff. You'll be just fine. Oh, yeah, you did well, PL. Hey, I mean, if this is how you play at 1,000, like, you are for sure going to gain a lot of rating points. And again, I like to see this, that your rapid and classical is higher than your blitz. Like, to me, that's a good sign. That means that you have a good foundation. Thanks for the game. Yeah, we're up to 103 challenges. Love it. Harlequin, good luck to you. We've played once before. Kind of remember that game vaguely. Let's play another Sicilian. Maybe a hyper-accelerated dragon. How about that? Hey, Whipster. Happy New Year to you as well. Greetings. Thank you very much. Okay, now very important you play d5 here to challenge these pawns in the center. I'm not a big expert on this system, but I know a thing or two. I think I go here, right? Try to develop like this. Pressure on d4. Yeah, thanks again for the game, PL. Appreciate you tuning in and challenging. Thanks, everyone, for watching today. We still got a little over a half hour left. Feeling good on New Year's Day here. Okay, just building some pressure. I don't think this is anything white has to panic about, though. White has everything covered for the moment. Let's play e6, solidify this. I do like my knight holding this bishop hostage, though. This is a situation you see a lot of times in French-type positions, even though this came from a Sicilian. We have a French-like structure. White really can't move this bishop because they lose the pawn on d4, so I can choose when and if I decide to take here. Okay, now maybe they're looking to do this. So I'm not going to panic over that. I'm just going to play rook c8, useful move. If here, tentative plan is to go there and increase the pressure. Also looks like a Caro-Kann. Yeah, definitely some Caro similarities. You're 100% right about that. Ooh, okay, now this hits my radar as being potentially problematic for white because the knight is getting into some squares. Have I ever considered posting a small selection of your private lessons with students on YouTube? Might be good PR. I may do that at some point because, yeah, it might be interesting for people. I think people do like that lesson style content, so I may do that in the future. Okay, I think white should have trouble keeping this together if I play this right. Let me think. Queen b6, maybe knight a4. Oh, I can actually take and just go knight g3. That's the way to win an exchange. I think taking in bishop h6 was also tempting. But let's do it this way. This looks pretty simple. John, you were the first chess YouTuber I started watching what seems like a decade ago, since the ICC days. Yeah. That's where I exclusively played and posted in the early days. Is the Internet Chess Clubs. Shout out to the ICC. SPR Cow says, what do you think about playing Grünfeld structures at low ratings? I know it's theoretical, but no one less than 2,000 knows any of the lines anyways, so it's mostly just normal games. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with the Grünfeld at any rating level. I would say it kind of strikes me as a Catalan type opening in the sense that I wouldn't recommend it to someone below about 1,800 to play from the black side, but if you're interested in it and you're willing to do a little bit of work, and for whatever reason, like the Grünfeld appeals to you, go for it. But it's a nuanced opening for sure. Sorry, Ben Feingold. F6 has been played, but I think this is a very good instance for F6 because we're opening the file right towards the queen and the king. X test. That's funny. Shout out to King's Crusher. Actually, played King's Crusher recently. Yeah, Harlequin resigns. This position was completely lost. Yeah, -9. So what to do in the future, Harlequin, in this line? Yeah, I think I'm not really familiar with the move order. Again, I got to be honest. Looks like they play bishop g4 more often than knight c6. Seems like bishop b5 or h3. You know, h3 I think is instructive. It might be worth playing that move early because that does create a potential logjam on like f5. If I try to get my bishop outside the structure, well, then I can't put my knight there. So you probably have to think a little more critically about how to restrict my development, anticipating how I'm going to attack d4, even with like this indirect pressure, attacking the knight, which is in turn defending d4. Because I think once you get to these types of positions here, this is honestly pretty comfortable for black. I would take black all day and twice on Sunday here, which coincidentally it is Sunday. So I'm definitely taking the black pieces at this point. Computer doesn't think you're that much worse though, but it's tough to play this. Okay, thanks for the game. Hey, Osman, good luck to you. All right. Let's play. Should I play Grünfeld since we're talking about it? Let's do it. Grünfeld defense on board, combining a fianchetto with central play. The Grünfeld is an absolute mess of variations, though. There's so many lines that you have to know if you're going to play it at a high level. Peter Svidler is the guy to follow for the Grünfeld, by the way. Let's play aggressive. Let's go c5. We'll take here. GM Benjamin Bach with the raid. Thank you, Benjamin. Raiding the Lichess channel. Greetings, everyone. Massive, massive raid. Look at that. 424 viewers. Love to see it. Thanks again, GM Bach. I'm International Master John Bartholomew. This is Lichess Plays. This is a weekly event where I and other streamers like Sabina Feuser play viewers on Lichess. And anyone can challenge. It's 3+0 blitz is the challenge time control that we have. All you have to do is send me a challenge. My username is Fins, F-I-N-S. And just make sure it's standard chess and casual or rated, up to you. We're actually on the tail end of the stream, but we still got about 30 minutes left. So get those challenges in, folks. I have not lost today yet. I'm hoping one of you can take me down because I'm undefeated in the new year. So someone has to take me down. Everyone already knows you, John. You never know. I can't assume that. I'm definitely not assuming that. Okay, e5. I think e5. Oh, no, e5, knight b3. But then queen takes a2. I think e5 is good. This looks strong. Little fork. This is the only feasible move I see for white that keeps it kind of interesting, but take, and then both the knight and the bishop are under attack, so should be winning something. Yeah, as Royal Flush said, half hour to go to hand John his first loss of the year. Let's go, challengers. Indeed. Bring it. Bring it on. Oh, you guys wanted me to play e5 earlier? Did I miss it earlier? Oh, yeah, I could have played it even right here. Although knight b5 might have been interesting there. We'll check it after the game, though. We'll see. Okay, now this one... How much is this a threat? Okay, this is going to be kind of cruel, but I'm actually going to encourage white to play knight c7. And we're going to try to deflect the knight from guarding this. Yeah, and my idea on knight c7 is similar to what I'm going to do here, I think. Bishop e5. Although technically there is knight c4 then. Well, let's see if white can find it. I'm completely okay with the queen trade, so if white finds knight c4, then kudos to them, but we're still going to be up a piece. Good. Knight c4 played. I could take here. And then, actually, why not? Yeah, let's take with check. King a2, queen takes a2. I don't always have to trade queens, right? All right, let's save the bishop now. Just putting the finishing touches on this game. Bishop d3. I don't think my queen's going to get trapped, so let's go here. Famous last words before your queen gets trapped. Let's give a check. And that's going to be all she wrote. Thank you, A. Osman, for the game. So this particular variation, there is theory here. You can see we're following quite a few games, which on Lichess, by the way, if you want to see the Masters database when you're analyzing, you click the little book icon in the bottom right. And there's 3 different databases. There's the Masters database. You can see games of 2,200 plus FIDE rated players. There's the Lichess database, which is all the games on Lichess. And then there's even a player database, so you can look up your own stats, other people's stats. The Lichess database is enormous. It's good for trying to spot tendencies at different rating levels. But generally, I use the Masters database as my first point of reference. Yeah, this is some theoretical stuff. Okay, apparently queen takes is more popular here. But in this position, you want to take with the pawn rather than the knight. Which that makes sense, because knight takes looks a little wonky structure-wise. After queen takes, evidently black's in very good shape here. Yeah, and as you guys were pointing out, e5 is good. Looks a little complicated to me, like after this, but the engine is unconvinced. It says you can allow this whole thing probably because of black's activity, and even if the knight gets out, maybe this is still good for black, but I guess the knight probably won't get out. Okay, thanks for the game. Appreciate it, Osman. Salibovic. It wouldn't be a Lichess Plays stream without a game against Salibovic. Shout out to Sali. This is our 12th game against one another. Sali always seems to have white against me. Maybe not. No, that's just some selective memory on my part. That's definitely not true. All right, so I played Khan. I played Hyperaccelerated Dragon. What about like a Sveshnikov or something? Let's play a Sveshnikov Sicilian. The only good move here for white is knight db5, which Sali does know. I am not a major expert on the Sveshnikov, but let's do our best. I know a lot of you guys like watching always laugh when you hear something like that, a master saying, well, I'm not an expert in this opening, and then they proceed to reel off like 10 to 15 moves of theory. But there's levels to this game, man. There's always levels. Okay, knight c2. How did that Magnus game that I recently looked at go in this line? Let's play bishop g5. And then let's go king h8. Not going to take that because that allows queen h5. We're going to come back here. You let white have this outpost because fighting back against that's pretty difficult anyways. And I'm going to gradually try to work up to f5. That's the plan. Interesting. Okay, let me think. Trying to figure out how I can keep tension and still play for an advantage. Let's take here. Bishop h3 is definitely interesting. I'm going to go f5. Now, you might say, John, aren't you in danger of ending up with a good knight versus a bad bishop scenario? Like if there's a trade here. And you would be correct. That is a concern. However, oh, actually, okay, this, interesting. I'm hoping that my play, okay, g4 I think would have been strong there for white. I'm hoping my play on the king side is enough to compensate. But as you see, I'm almost blundering pieces here. Let me think. Let's go here. I'm still going to invite g4. But now with white castle this way, this is a much more risky proposition for white. Just goes back. Interesting. Take or rook f3. Rook f3, knight g4, though, maybe. I guess I'm going to take. And then come here. I got to speed up. Sali's killing me on the clock. Absolutely mauling me on the clock here. Go here. I want to try to keep some tension in the position, which is not easy because there's not that much material left. Let's go h6. Okay, okay. All right, I see some ideas. I guess I could have played this last move. Okay, I'm working my way into the position. I think queen f2 would have been a lot better there. Now I feel like I'm getting my fangs into the position. Still by no means winning yet. Just play moves here. Mm-hmm. This is tough. Sally's not making it easy for me. I must concentrate. I got to keep my record. Preserve my record. Take. Whose king is weaker? That's what it's going to come down to. In the time pressure clutch. Hurry. Oh, it's my move? Ah. Ah. I lose my first game of 2023, and it was rated. Sally took me down. GG, Sally. I couldn't get to 12-0 against you. You sent me down 23 points. Good game. No, that was well played. I think you defended well there. Although I think based on the amount of red we're seeing, there were probably substantial moments for improvement for both of us. But you defended well. I couldn't find like an easy way through. I felt like around here I was getting a big advantage, but somehow could never land a decisive blow. Like you were able to keep things held here. And then I was kind of maneuvering around, like hoping you blundered something, but you never really blundered anything substantial. Yeah. Minus 16 here if I play queen. Ah, queen c7. That's the way to go after this. I guess there's queen g6 too, now that I think about it. Very low on time at this point. Yeah, good game. And then I couldn't eliminate your last pawn. I was trying. I couldn't get the move g6 off. And taking the pawn. Yes, great nerves. Well played. Okay, who's going to make it 2 in a row? Mako Shark, maybe? Hey, what's up, Judy? Are you there, Mako Shark? Maybe not. Okay, we'll go on here. Remember, we still have the blindfold game coming up. High flyers, good luck to you. Play c4. Take that as a lesson. Nobody beats Salibovic 12 times in a row. Indeed. Salibovic finally put their foot down. Full credit to them. Okay, e5 here, really. I'm not too familiar with that. I'll play d5. I could try to take, but I think this might be stronger. Yeah, Salibovic can retire in 2023. Just get the win and peace out for the rest of the year. Take the rest of the year off. This is the thing Black has to watch out for, like take and then queen takes d6. Always a theme. Okay, let's go here. Do people bug you all the time to go for GM? Not really bug me, no. They do ask about it frequently, which is fine. I don't have any plans to go for it right now. Okay, so we're up a pawn here, looking solid. Let's just play h3. If rook d8, I would probably trade queen for 2 rooks. Actually, definitely would. Yeah, let's do it. Because I think black's going to have some trouble with their king now. Bishop here, and then bishop h6. Kind of box black in here. They're going to have to play a knight to d7. But now if I start leaning on that knight... let's think for a second. Because there is queen c7. Maybe I take first? Here looks natural, but then queen c7. My rooks are disconnected, so I'm trying to figure out how best to play that. Could go rook a8, but queen b7. That would be a repetition. So I might want to take here first. Yeah, maybe now go here. I don't know. This doesn't look as good as I'd like, though. Although the rooks are connected at this point, which is nice. Could be better, though. Could be better. Guess I'll go knight e2. I think I need to protect these squares, especially if black ever plays this in the future. Okay. Let's play g4. Stick this rook here. John, what do you recommend for a young, aspiring club player to study to get to master level? I'd say mainly just playing a lot. If you're young, you need to play a lot. Seek out better players. Play longer games, but really like all different time controls is going to be useful. Lean into that. Yeah, this is like not simple. Those knights are so annoying. Who would have thought that knights are annoying? I think I'm going to try to work this bishop around now. Maybe go here. That might be the way. A4, also annoying move. Okay, let's take. I'm trying to coordinate and create threats, but it's not easy because my position's still a little bit loose. Feels good. Feels like I'm breaking this down eventually, but caution required. Oh, I could have taken the knight. Very possibly, yeah, when there was like the rooks connected. I might have missed this. Okay, now here I could take d7 if I want. Rook takes. Let's play this one, though. Keep some pressure. I want to coordinate a little more before I cash in. Time's a big factor now, though. The biggest factor. Yeah, let's play this move, which tidies everything up. And now I think I'm close to being able to cash in. Like now take here. Take there. Let's go here. This is nearly checkmate. Not quite, but nearly mate. Okay, king f8 I think was the only move there, but... now we're winning. Okay, good game. Thank you, high flyers. Let's see if I missed rook 1 takes d7. You guys seem to think that I did, which is very possible. Oh, yeah, it was possible right here and here. Yeah, I just missed that I could take here. Because then queen takes. It's not like a trade of queen for 2 rooks. I actually get a minor piece out of that. Then I'll be up a piece in the end. Extra minor. Good spot. So I made it tough on myself. What's the eval right around here? Wow, black's actually much better. Knight b8. That's a funny move. Put my rook in prison. And then queen b7. Let's see. Knight takes e5. Where would I have had that? Black took my knight. Oh, you mean like around here? I don't know. Knight takes e5. Oh, you mean like around here? Yeah, that would be pretty risky with their bishop here. And this was hanging for a little bit. Like, I could think about it, but visually it looks risky. Still apparently gives me an advantage, but I don't want to open that bishop up like that. Definitely not my smoothest game, which is great for you guys because now we're going to play the blindfold game. Final game of the session coming up. Let's change our parameters. This is under preferences. So anyone can play blindfold on Lichess if they want. It's down in the preferences. Just click on this, invisible pieces. And I'm going to play whoever I get. I've already lost 1 game today. Congrats to Salibovic. Ooh, this is going to be tough. Exclam chowder. I have the black pieces. This is not a glitch. You're looking at a blank board. If you want to see the pieces, go follow me on Lichess, Fins. Good luck, exclam chowder, if you're there. They might not be here. Give it a couple more seconds. All right, we're going to abort. Let's see if I get someone. Oh, I got an even higher rated player, Mistborn. Another Lichess patron. Thank you, Mistborn. All right, this time we get a game. D4. Let's go. I need to redeem myself. Maybe Jobava London? Yep, Jobava London. I'll play A6. Let's go bishop F5. I think I played a blindfold game quite recently with the same type of thing. Take. Okay, C5. Advance and attack the pawn on D4. This is all standard stuff. Now, key thing is I can't get too far behind on the clock out of this. Like in my experience playing blindfold in 3-0, if you get behind on the clock, you're dead. It's game over pretty quickly. So let's keep the pace. Time scrambles are not your friend when you're playing blindfold. Was that the one you lost hanging a rook on C4? I think the last blindfold Jobava London I won, but I could be wrong. There's one where I did this and I like blundered a rook on G2, I remember. Okay, knight G3. This is looking suspicious for white. I don't buy this. Let's take here. Okay, I feel like knight B4 is almost winning. I'm going to play it and make white think about the consequences. Looks very dangerous on the A2 square. Not yet winning, though, because when I take on C3, white can take with the queen and then run. But this is going to be constantly hanging over their head. And most importantly, it's going to buy me some time where they have to consider the ramifications. Okay, queen E3. So rook takes C3. They're going to take with the queen. I'm just looking if there's anything that would win there. I'm not quite seeing it. Let's actually pivot this knight around. I'm going to try to do this. I would expect white to go a3 to try to get my knight out of their face. Not quite seeing it, yeah. Pun intended. All right, let's go. They might go g6, but I think I have to be willing to roll with that. Because knight c4 is starting to look real dangerous for white. White's trying to mow me down on the king side and in the center, but they might be a little slow now. I've got a lot of pieces around this white king. I'm up 2-1 on the clock. Okay, knight back to e2. That's very passive. Knight c4. Why not? Hit the queen. Queen back to c1. Oh, my. Oh, my. Okay, I'm looking at knight a3. Knight takes b2, maybe. Wait a second. I don't have a bishop here. I have a knight here. Be careful, John. This looks really sketchy for white, but now I don't know. Okay, let's just go h5. I got to play a move quickly. I thought I had a bishop here for a second, but it's a knight. That's a pretty important detail. Still, a lot of pieces in the vicinity of the white king, which we like. What's that? Bishop g3? Okay. All right, we're just going to go g6. Stabilize for a few moves. 1 minute to 30 seconds. Okay, fine. I think I'm going to castle coming up. Knight f4. That takes the defense off of there, though. Hold on. All right, let's castle. Feel like I can maybe do something against that move, but I don't know. Not sure. Now there. Okay. Let's come back. Wait, does that work? Why would that work? Take. This is defended. I think my opponent miscalculated. This is going to get messy, though. 12 seconds. Queen d3. Okay, defend g6. What you got? There. Check. Go here. Here. I think I'm going to flag them. Throw in random check. There we go. Whew. We take it however we get it. But I think I was winning in the final position or close to it. Am I winning here? Boom. Yeah, these games are harder to keep in your head, though, because the position's pretty dynamic, pretty sharp. Yeah, I think white believed when they took here that this was undefended, this discovery. I don't know, though. Maybe I had something in the middle game, but apparently not. Rook takes c3, so tempting, but I didn't see a clear way to play after this. So I decided not to go for it. Knight c6. Wow, it's a tough move. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go for that because I think I would have misplayed that. This is a pretty good idea, it seems. Now, first when I got to this position, like normally you would have a bishop here pressuring the knight, so I thought I could do something like knight a3 and deflect the pawn, go after the knight. But once we got here, I realized, hey, look at that. I played the best move, h5. Oh, that was you, Megaminx? Thanks for the game. Okay, knight takes a3 was possible here. Uh-huh. All right, I'm pretty happy with how I played this, though, given that it was a blindfold game. Yeah, thanks for the game. And thanks to everyone for tuning in to this first edition of Lichess Plays for the year. I will see you guys again soon. 2 hours of blitz, and apparently even bullets sometimes, because Sabina Feuser, women's grandmaster Sabina Feuser, she also does Lichess Plays. She'll probably be on later this week, and she will take your challenges. I hope to see you guys next Sunday, though. Thanks again, everyone. Sorry if I didn't get to your game, but feel free to challenge again next week. I'll be streaming on my own channel this week. You can check me out. It's just my name, John Bartholomew. Thanks to the mods. Thanks to everyone who makes Lichess a fantastic site. Consider supporting. You can get the Lichess wings, and most importantly, just support a wonderful community. It's under the community tab, actually, if you want to check that out. By no means necessary, but a nice thing to consider. And you all have a great start to your year. I'll see you guys again soon.